All right. We stand at the cusp of a sort of a revolutionary time in education, perhaps. And in this being invited to this conference, I maybe have a slightly different perspective because I don't sell educational technology. I don't analyze data. Um, but my I'm an advocate for the health and safety of children in my classroom. That is kind of the beginning and end. And teachers, there are teachers, many teachers who will go to any length to protect the health and safety of the children in their classroom. I think we know. So what I wrote in a post in LinkedIn was about a framework for sustainable and ethical use of AI. So sustainable means we could we could keep going with it and it's going to be okay. It won't harm our health. It's going to do the things we want. It will bend to our will. Technology that's useful. There's been tech that's got out of control. You may have lived through the social media era. So what I thought about was the discussion AI was kind of a lot about the tech companies producing it and education technology consultants selling it, but no one was really talking about the parents or the students. Maybe a little about the teachers, but the students and parents, I'm a teacher, we are the end consumer, we're the client. We're kind of the most important person in the room. And if the technology doesn't serve us or speak to us, what use do we have for it? So again, on the safety issue, we'll go through 10. I'm going to go through 10 different points, loosely inspired by the Bill of Rights, that I think we should demand for AI. So first, I do not fear monger, but let's frame it this way. Prior to the avalanche of social media and all that it brought, my teens can know that they're anxious, isolated, depressed. I've teens have come to me with suicide attempt stories regarding social media issues. I bring them to the counseling office. Could this have been done better? Could this have been rolled out differently? Could there have been accountability for any of these pieces? Yeah, so that's the basic framework. Now, I insist that artificial intelligence is not superimposable 100% with social media, not whatsoever. They are very different. But there's enough of a Venn diagram, enough of a past performance to say, let's do it with a different tech. Let's do it right. Second time, let's know more before we go into it. Let's have guardrails before we go into it. Let's be practical. Let's have legislation. Let's have legislation with teeth. All these things in defense of children. Again, they don't have agency, meaning they can't opt out. So, again, there may be a lot of adults in the room, and as adults, I could smoke a cigarette, harms my health. I could do it if I wanted to, or drink something bad, or not exercise. I can do all these things. I'm an adult. I can make foolish choices and pay the consequences. I can use whatever AI I want to pay the consequence. A child, age 5, is a minor. They don't have that. They don't have agency. Option to opt out. So these are other people's children, and I will do my damnedest to make sure that they're safe, they're healthy, and they're using an effective tool. So that is where I come from. And if I was much more of a cheerleader, should have got me in April 2023. I was very raw, had 8 cents of pom poms, but now go slow. So, literacy goals. I think all of us need AI literacy. So the first thing of 10 is literacy. Literacy is something that we all need about artificial intelligence. What is it? How is an artificial intelligence system, the chatbot, trained? What does it learn on? All these, how does it work? Does it really have a human consciousness, or does it just predict the next word that comes in a logical sequence? So AI literacy for everybody is important, and I think so. AI literacy is the first important thing. We all need to know what we're talking about. We all need to know what the nice ed tech people are talking about. Artificial intelligence is changing fast, furiously. What was true a month ago is less true today. And the school is the engine of education. I see a role for the school in taking care of that. I think if ed tech people say this is transformative, fantastic, transform us. Let's have a week-long teach-in. Parents, teachers, students. Let's find out what we're dealing with. All right. And second, AI should be employed only as a humble servant in service of critical thinking, meaning we need to use artificial intelligence services to help us as our servant. We should say the priority of the human comes first. The human student and their creativity, their agency, their writing ability, their math abilities, all these things are primary. AI is our servant, our helper. In Likewise, in creativity, AI shall be employed as a servant again. AI is our servant. The robot is always subservient to the student, always subservient to the teacher, to the parent. AI is the servant. It will never degrade or undermine our creativity. Always be in service of our creativity. And this goes to issues like plagiarism, AI writing essays. We know that we don't do that. The AI is subservient to us, not we don't serve it. Safety standards for AI. Um, there are three definitions of safety. One is sort of hallucinations and bias. That's important. Goes to what does AI train on, and then there is an issue of what I call emotional deception. In that, artificial intelligence tools are incredibly good at telling you what you want to hear. Very good at telling you what you want to hear, and there's a risk, especially for children, that AI, it's not what we look at right now. I mean, go turn on Chat GPT right now. It's pretty anodyne and boring, but rapidly will morph to voices that are catchy and friendly and familiar, and then voices that have personalities, and then videos, and then avatars. Children don't have the same prefrontal cortex development that we do. They are drawn into relationships. This may be unhealthy. There's evidence already to suggest it. Machines have to stay in their own lane. I think a machine should always introduce itself as a machine here to help you always. Effectiveness. AI has to prove it's effective, that it's advancing learning outcomes. Otherwise, are we just using it because it's a shiny toy? So in that safety and effectiveness piece, it's really inspired by the Food and Drug Administration. Before Pfizer can release a medication they think might help, they have to show that it's safe for all these different populations, pediatric, different ethnicities, and then it's effective. We demand that. So should we have the same demands on this transformative technology AI that's both safe and effective? Otherwise, why should it be licensed and used? Just like medications. So to those who think it's going to advance learning, that's great. Prove it. This panel is full of data science people. Let's go get the data. Let's prove it's safe. Let's prove it's effective. These are all doable things. But let's do that first. And then just four more short things. The AI training data set, what the AI is trained on. Apologies, the screen is black. Yes, we can't fix that. That I don't know what's in Sam Altman's OpenAI Chat GPT training set. You can ask Sam Altman, the CEO, and he'll say, I can't show it to you. It's a black box. Why not? Because I don't know. There may be data there they don't want to show. I think a publicly funded, completely transparent data set to train a public educational AI on is necessary. Um, Finally, the cost in terms of carbon output to the environment should be published and regulated. Uh, Almost second to last, AI should never be deliberately placed in the classroom as a substitute to a teacher. AI cannot do what teachers do, special educators or teacher aides. And finally, for parents, informed consent for parents and students to know what they're dealing with. And if they wish to be able to opt out of AI lessons and opt into non AI dependent lessons, I think that is only reasonable for minor age children. Parents have to be part of that conversation. If the ed tech person isn't talking to the parent as a parent of a minor, what are they doing? Is the client the superintendent they're trying to sell to? I hope not. They should be talking to you, parents, and me as a teacher, and you, students. Uh, so we may want to do this in a stepwise graded process. And I will conclude because I think my time is coming to a close. And I do apologize that the screen did go dark. I can't see it on my end. That I've gone from being an absolute cheerleader of AI. I mean, literally, I sent my students 2 by 2 as missionaries. They went to all these teachers who had prep periods and told them how to do lesson plans and use AI. We were way out there in front. And now I think the more I learn, the more I say, let's do like this. I've got my mantra is go slow, go together, and go far. Thank you.